Hey everyone, Andy Rafael from eTeknix.com, and you may remember we looked at the 6800 XT, but that is old news now, because today it's all about the AIB cards. Let's do this.
Are you finding yourself building and repairing PCs all the time?
Yes!
Are you always misplacing your Swiss Army knife that hopefully has a Phillips head screwdriver on it?
All of the time!
Well, you're in luck. The eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit is here, and it has everything you need to build and repair PCs. It even has an Allen wrench for custom loop fittings. Yes, it actually does have a use. Head over to the eTeknix store to find out more in the link in the description below. Tweezers sold separately.
So, I'm going to be honest with you all. This video is not going to be like our normal videos, and I swear I say that every single time, but the reason I say that is today is the 24th of November, and this has literally just arrived with me. I'm due to get some other cards from the likes of Sapphire, XFX, but they've all been delayed because apparently there's something going on in the world that kind of constitutes things getting delayed. I don't even want to say what it is because YouTube will probably demonetize me and block my video and all that stuff. But we have an ASUS ROG STRIX 6800 XT. So I wanted to do kind of the quick unboxing, and then I'm going to get straight into testing it because I haven't got time to do anything else. This card is going to be a little bit different to the Founders card, and I will, I guess, show you the main differences. The first being, this is a Founders card. And I get it, because a lot of brands out there, they're not going to want to show you their kind of Founders card. Why am I calling it Founders? This is a reference card. Stupid NVIDIA. They've got me naming everything as a Founders card now. But you can buy this card in a Sapphire box. I'm sure you can buy it in an ASUS box. But the AIBs want to do something a little bit different. So as far as I know, from Sapphire, we've got the Pulse Edition and a different one. From ASUS, though, this is going to be the kind of top spec. And straight away you're going to notice it's a little bit different because it comes with tubes. So what we have here is essentially an AIO version of a graphics card, which, you know, some people are going to love, some people are going to hate. I'm not really looking forward to testing it purely because I don't use a case for testing and I use an open air test bench, which isn't going to do it, you know, the greatest of wonders. Why do they always put these protective... Get up. Oh, well, that's really clever. They put a protective thing on there, but the actual label with the model number and the barcode comes off with it. So what we have is the graphics card itself, and then essentially a 240mm AIO radiator to go with it. So let's get this stuff out of the way and have a look at the card in a little bit more kind of closer detail. So let's talk about the Starwin design. I mean, first and foremost, it doesn't look the prettiest like this, but you have to remember, once it's inside your system, it's going to look completely different. I mean, compared to an air-cooled card, I'm quite happy with the general overall design of this card because it's not a blower style. It does look a lot better, but this, well, this just looks something completely different. I mean, what we've got here is kind of a weird blower style design, which I'm a little bit dubious about straight from the get-go, because is it going to be really noisy, or is it just kind of enough to keep the air flowing over the card and letting the radiator kind of do the rest of it? Let's call it a hybrid solution because that's essentially what it is. It sticks with the Strix design and kind of design philosophy that we've seen on a lot of their motherboards, with the kind of, you know, graphical word art and things like that on there. We have got the ROG logo. We've got, I guess, mainly plastic across the whole card. There's no real kind of metal here. There's an ROG logo at the top that looks like it's going to glow. It has two 8-pin connectors on there. We have tons of MLCCs for anyone worried about any capacitor issues. It was software, but there's capacitors now. The backplate is, I guess, it's not metal. I guess it would be more like an ABS injection molded plastic. Either way, though, it looks nice. You know, it has a nice little mirrored finish on there. We have pretty flexible tubing. Obviously, if you are using an AIO for your CPU, you may have issues with trying to sort of, you know, get this into a system along with a CPU AIO and really trying to get it, you know, doing what it's meant to be doing. We have got some connectors on here for RGB, so I'm assuming, just looking at the fans, that these are RGB enabled fans. They do come pre-applied, pre-installed, whatever you want to call it, to the radiator, which is a really nice touch. The fact that you haven't really got to do anything apart from put this into your case, screw this in somewhere, and kind of away you go. In terms of the connectivity for the actual AIO itself, there are the fans going into a splitter by the looks of it. And then that breaks out into, if we take the ASUS cable tie off there, we can have a little look at kind of how things connect up. So we have our 3-pin for our addressable. We have a 3-pin for our addressable. And why does it look like that is it? Where's the rest of the connectors, ASUS? What have you done with the rest of the connectors? I'm so confused. Okay, so connector-wise, I've figured it out by the power of deduction. It doesn't have any. From the looks of things, and I kind of like this, the fact that the fans have a single sleeve cable, which technically houses 2 cables. One for the RGB, which you'd probably put into some kind of extender or splitter, or, to be fair, where this is going to be in your case, either more likely at the top or at the front, you should have a 3-pin addressable header pretty close by. And then the same over here. So everything should connect in, pretty damn easily. And then it looks like everything gets fed back to the GPU. So any power or supplementary power that you need for the fans comes from the actual graphics card. So we're talking from the 2 8-pin connectors or the PCI Express power. I mean, that seems such a simple idea, but yeah, why was it never done like that before? Admittedly, this is the first time that I've looked at one of these hybrid solutions from ASUS, so I might be completely barking up the wrong tree. So, specs, it's all about the boost speed. Obviously, AMD do things slightly differently. They have their base clock, they have their game clock, and then they have their boost clock. So, it has gone a little bit above and beyond kind of the reference speeds. It sounds really amazing, but obviously in comparison to NVIDIA, yes, it sounds amazing, but what does it really mean in the real world? It's not one of them things where, a huge number means a great deal more. Because if NVIDIA had a boost speed of 2,410 megahertz, you know that their card would just absolutely annihilate this. They do things a little bit differently, the way that their architecture works. It's not one of them, big number is always better kind of things. Either way, it is let's say, a significant boost over the reference design and the reference boost speeds. But what does that actually mean when it comes down to performance? Well, there's only one way to find out, and this is kind of where I'm actually going to exit the video early because I haven't even tested this. Like I mentioned, it's the day before. Technically, it is 24 hours and 36 minutes before I'm even allowed to show you anything to do with performance on this card, and I've now got to test it in everything and compare it against this as well as all of the NVIDIA cards as well. So I'm going to bail out there. I'm going to say enjoy the benchmarks. And let me know in the comments section below what you think of the card, because I'm not going to have time to give my own opinions on it, but maybe I can do that on Discord or Twitter or something like that. There you go, guys. I'm going to go test. See you later. Bye-bye.